why they call me dough boy, cause I get dough, boy. With cabbage by the patches, lettuce living lavish, guacamole by the master, stack of cheddar by the cabinets. Now you see why I'm living large, now you have it. With 24 carats in each ear. I'm a fat nigga and I get this way by mistake. All it takes is some bean, rice, and some steak. My plate got food stacked hard in outer space. I top it off with some gravy and now I'm straight. I'm not the type of guy you want in your buffet line. And when they ask me what I can eat, I say all the time. And when I'm done, my double cup is filled with all shake. Dessert plate looking great and filled with all cake. I still make snacks at night when it's real late. Some Zantac with the rack of ribs and some grapes. Yeah, watch my weight and all that. But what I like to eat is carbohydrates and a lot of fat. If I ain't getting bigger, the diet gets scrapped. I'm losing weight, I got some pounds I need to get back. So pull them dollars out and let me get all of that. Half on your 20 piece, but we can never split that.
Ain't just anybody, tear shit down, but no one spice. One day you're about to take the crown.
I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga.
Ain't just anybody, tear shit down, but no one spice. One day you're about to take the crown.
I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga.
My nigga dough boy, he be waking and baking with hella edibles, chicken, potatoes, and hella steak with hella THC in it. He don't fuck with the CBD, but an OG need it just for my backyardomy. You don't know what that mean? That mean a bullet in my back. Eat this shit for the pain, plus it make me spit this game. I ain't no fat nigga, but I'm Spice Bird Slim. Dough boy 300 pounds, my Uzi fatter than him. Shit.
Ain't just anybody, tear shit down, but no one spice. One day you're about to take the crown.
I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga.
Ain't just anybody, tear shit down, but no one spice. One day you're about to take the crown.
I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga.
Ain't just anybody, tear shit down, but no one spice. One day you're about to take the crown.
I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga.
Ain't just anybody, tear shit down, but no one spice. One day you're about to take the crown.
I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga, I'm a fat nigga.
Talking dead or alive, bars. Make sure you put me in your top. I'm hard and sick with raw linguistics. I'll break it down for you since you all and missed it. I get on my mark, take off, then rip this off the hinges. Verb playing words like the art that this is. Taking all contenders with a lost pretentious, so-called demented bosses, henchmen, they all get sentenced to a holocaust and lynching. Hear the difference when I start to spitting. You ain't hardly hitting, rather soft and timid, not inventive nor authentic. So I hit 'em hard with venom, not a curse, but you thought I spit 'em. Verbal skills got the rhythm of the God up in 'em, and you done started 'em. Bars, 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 bars. So if we talking dead or alive, bars. Make sure you put me in your top 5. Flow's ill, got the flu for real. My snub nose stay runny cause it shoot to kill. And y'all ain't ready, and I ain't tryna stoop and kneel to y'all level. Rather smoke a few in the coupe and chill. Puff, piff, pop, pistols and pills. My paragraphs paint pictures people visually feel. My pennies is large for paper, pretty panties come off. Be patient, play your part or I'ma pay no regards. And just pause the perpetrating and all. Cause I pray for the day I practice, I'm prepared to pop off. When payment's involved, protect yourself or pain is the cause. Cause my peace will paralyze you for the pettiest cause. You ready for war? I don't think you ready at all. Cause soon as I'm caught, I'm dead in the mall. And leave your body like a bear skin spread on the floor. Fireplace from afar with your head on the wall. I got bars, 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 bars. So if we talking dead or alive, bars. Make sure you put me in your top 5. VSOP, gifted, unique. Slang sacks over tracks like Piff in the streets. Words pure, straight, raw, just sniff it and see. The better the beat, the higher that you get off the heat. My verbal herb hits your nerves like it's THC. Keep my bars in a baggie, not an MP3. Perfectly constructed paragraphs, PCP. Need a hit, I got your fix, just come see me. My lane gets you dumb high, it's DMT. With a cadence full of codeine and a sweet technique of taking flows to the stove and start rocking them up. Hit the shows, get the chopping them up. Now you copping from us, who hotter than us? Cause ain't nobody stopping the rush. Protecting my stock is a must, cause my profits is up. A star, you a car legend in a hall of fame. Performed into things you never saw in this game. I got bars, 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 bars. So if we talking dead or alive, bars. Make sure you put me in your top five.
Welcome to Dope TV, where we have the hottest guests, the hottest topics, the hottest music, and the hottest lineups of all time. You know what I'm saying? This is where it goes down. We talk about a lot of educational shit. We talk about a lot of topics. You know, we learn a lot on this show. We get it in. Today's episode, we got a very special person in the building. I've done a couple shows with this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's running for U.S. Congress here in Nevada. He's a comedian. He just published 2 books, working on book now he just finished. He's a stand-up comedian from the weed entertainment world. Huge dick and great hair. Oh shit! I'm reading what he told me to put down. I didn't even know he's gonna put that. But coming to the panel, man, give it up for my friend, your friend, and now our favorite comedian, Mr. Michael Boris, aka Medicinal Mike.
What's up, Doughboy? Good to know you will read anything written down. I was like, he didn't send an LOL back on that, but all very true. Thanks for having me on. It's good to see you again, man. Shit, you're like a blast from the past every time I see you.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We've only shared a couple stages in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I had a great opportunity to share stages.
One of them Jack Slammy shows.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Jack Slammy shows and probably some other shows and, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But, yeah, man, it's good to have you, bro. What you been up to?
Well, it's my second attempt now running for U.S. Congress here for Nevada's District 1. As you know, I came out of the cannabis entertainment industry. I'm also a business owner. I have an appliance company that's pretty successful now for the last 10 years. And still doing stand-up comedy as much as I can, which is at least, you know, twice a month. And between that, trying to make the world a better place.
Oh, okay. I see you got that Trump 2024 Make America Good Again, something in the back. You know what I'm saying?
I got a vein in the back.
Yeah, I know.
I think it is. Is that my partner?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Hey,
what's up, bro?
I'm gonna let y'all do it. I just wanted to come in and say what's up, man. Y'all do y'all thing.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, bro. You know what I'm saying? We
Look, you had your shirt on.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell you how I met Bane. I met Bane. We was both living in Harbor Island, and you know, I stayed on the bottom floor. He was on the second floor, across the courtyard, and he used to always have his damn shirt off. You know
I sat there with him the other day, and I said, all right. I said, it's shirt off day, and I take my shirt off, and I'm not built like Bane, you know, but it's like a completely different look that you're giving off there. Because when it's Bane out there with his muscles and his abs and shit sticking out, you know, when women walk by, everybody happy. But as soon as my shirt come off, we look like a weird beaver bear duo of gross.
Hey, fuck y'all, bro. I hear y'all.
Yeah. I meant, we
Watch
understand
watch the show.
when I met him in Harbor Island, we became good ass friends and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I could, you know, and I had another comedian always coming by my house, and for some reason, these two fools always wanted to do a push-up contest against each other. And I used to be like, well, I'm gonna just smoke a blunt while you guys do push-ups. All right,
That's
whatever.
the thing that physically fit people do for fun, I guess. There's nothing fun about a push-up contest. Like,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
you guys
Fat
can do
people.
push-ups if I lose a bet, if we're watching football or just anything in life goes red or blue, or if I pick the wrong thing, then I got to do push-ups.
Yeah. But no, they just did it as a challenge, who can do the most push-ups. And so I was standing there and I had to smoke a blunt while these fools doing push-ups. Like, oh, I guess this is what skinny niggas do. They got muscles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I give them my other fat friends, all we do
This
is
is
eat
more
and
like a
talk about
hostage
food.
situation over here,
Yeah.
where I'm blinking for help. Like, he keeps making me do push-ups. I don't want to do push-ups, no boy. I don't have no choice though. There's nowhere to go. He's bigger than me. So
Right,
yeah, I am a Republican. And anybody, especially coming out of the cannabis industry, and I wasn't in sales. I didn't have dispensaries. I was an educator on the radio and film and stuff, and tried to make it entertaining so that the education stuck. But when I got raided, I worked at dispensaries, and they kicked in the windows. That was due to overtaxation and overregulate. Too many rules, minorities right now, Black, Mexican, the lowest of low, if not two, I think, owners of dispensaries in Nevada are Black out of 800 plus dispensaries, because they make it so that you have to have 2 million in the bank, or just the regulations are impossible to get over the speed bumps that they keep putting down in front of you, which is a democratic thing. They like government and all that. Republicans are very, anti-government for the most part. So I don't understand how anybody in the cannabis industry could be a Democrat. I'm like, how do you support that? But to each
Well,
own.
I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm independent. I think for myself. I don't take.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? I take what both sides say and then I weigh them up and then I just do my own thing.
I always voted the same way. I voted for Obama. I voted for Bernie Sanders twice. And I just, once I kind of got a little more into the issues, I'm strictly a Republican voter. But it's the first time in my life where I've actually believed in what I'm doing, where I feel like it's the next step. Like, especially just to specify on cannabis. I taught everybody all I could teach you here, but now there's so much more that we could be working on. And you find out, like, most of the people in the cannabis industry don't vote at all. They just don't feel like the government works for them. They took $900 million in the tax dollars for the cannabis out here. Every tax dollar was supposed to go to the kids. Well, we got the least ranked children. We're like 50th in the country on our kids, and we've spent none of that money that we brought for the kids on the kids. They spent it on the culinary union and whatever else they're doing. It's a non-transparent fund, but nothing is going to these kids, and we still have the least educated. It's hard not to be a comic when you talk about that, but the least educated children in the country. So, and it's like little things like that are going on such a bigger level. But when you're a cannabis activist, I was just focused on one thing, getting prisoners out of jail, helping veterans, and getting kids, treatment for cancer and epilepsy and autism and everything else. Okay. What's your day like?
Well, my day is kind of the same. I kind of do the same shit every day. Look for work, work on school, because I'm in college and shit. So I go to classes and shit like that. Do comedy whenever I can. I'm trying to buy a car so I can do comedy more. Huh?
Like, I know I've known you at least 8 to 10 years, but you still look like you're maybe 23 years old.
Well, yeah, because I smoke a lot of weed and I eat pussy, so that's what keeps me with the good looks.
That's what it is. You must be just smearing it just all up in that shit, huh?
Yeah, just put it on my face like baby oil. Hey, medicinal. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna bring somebody else on the panel real fast. You know what I'm saying? They always come on and join us whenever we're doing our little interviews. But so just give me 1 second. This is my guy. He's from Texas. His name is Captain James Bodera.
What's up, Captain?
What's up, people?
Yeah. James, Captain. This is Medicinal Mike, aka Michael Boris. He's a very funny fucking comedian out of Las Vegas. And yeah. And he's
Boris.
also running for Congress. He's also running for Congress, which that's the
That's
not
what's
a
up.
lot of comedians run for Congress. You know what I'm saying? Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How do you get so if I wanted to be president, how would I get to be president? You know what I'm saying, how would I take the steps if I say, shit, I want to be fucking president, I want to run for president? How could I make that possible?
So the first thing you would do, if you're of age, of course, is if you were starting out in politics, you'd look at positions like assembly district or something more local, or you would decide to go federally and maybe go for Congress or Senate or something like that. And a lot of it has to do with how much money can you raise. The whole thing is sales. The first time I ran last election, it was a complete shock because you're just on the phone all day. So if you're a good talker, if people like you, if your positions are shared, then you apply. Anybody can be president, just like they say, or any other position. And you get out there and do it. I've got friends that have run for president, but they didn't have the multi-million dollars, so you might not have heard of them. But you can get out there and you have a chance like anybody else that doesn't have a bazillion dollars.
You know what? Because I'm gonna run for anything. I'm gonna run for the best. I'm gonna go for president.
Go for the top.
And I feel I can get elected with all the comedians and all the motherfuckers that have sold weed too, and you know what I'm saying?
You know that 20 you owe me, just send it to the campaign. Send that 20 to the campaign.
So yeah, man. So first we're gonna start talking about
people to give a shit, because like in the primary elections out here, only 13% of the people vote, and I'm from the east side. I'm an inner city candidate, as opposed to the elitists that are coming from the rich neighborhoods. So where I live, we've been hustling so long and just doing whatever we got to do to get paid that we don't give a shit about politics. Nobody cares if they're Republican, Democrat, nothing, because it ain't done nothing for them their entire life. It hasn't done anything for them. So for me, it's about getting these people to be aware that if you come out in force and droves and wake up together and get out there and make a change and vote and just vote, your whole shit will change. Your whole world will change, because right now it's senior citizens out in Boulder City and Henderson decided what Vegas, East Side, downtown, and everybody else, the rules that they're going to live by. But I'll go to a comedy show and I'll go, hey, how many of you guys voted out here? And it's quiet. There's none, like one guy in the back.
So I mean, I know you're a comedian. You was a comedian first before you did Congress. So now that you ran for Congress, do you use any political jokes in your comedy now?
Yeah, I've been trying to hit it hard. I'll get up there and be like, look, anybody can run for Congress. And it's two different me's. You have medicinal. I hosted cannabis events all over the world for years, thousands of them. And then when I come into here, I don't want to have to educate every single person and be like, hey, I work with CBD and, stuff like that. So I'm Michael Boris, and, I take it seriously. Cannabis is one of my issues on the taxation and the regulation. I don't think there should be any. But I'm working very hard with the veterans right now. I have an Affordable Housing Act that I'm trying to put up, working with Senator candidate Barry Linderman and Assembly District Bob Olson. So we have a lot of serious issues that we're working on, but the same passion I put into cannabis and helping people, I'm putting that into, apparently, besides the weed, once the weed's legal, now we're all awake to all these other issues. We're like, what? There's a problem with immigration or a problem with, this and that. So now we're just putting that energy forward.
Okay. Well, let's talk about comedy. How did you start comedy? What made you want to become a comedian?
I worked right next to the Comedy Palace in Sandy. I've always wanted to be a comedian growing up. And my grandfather was an improv school teacher. He ran a school out of Samstown. And Drew Carey started there, Ed Asner, all these cool people. And I would go to that improv class. And perform there, whatever we were doing. I was young. And then I worked at a dispensary as security when I first started, and I was next to the Comedy Palace. And I would hear these guys go up and, just wanted it so badly that when they were really bad, open mics, it's all new stuff. I would hear that and be like, I'm way funnier than that guy. So that gave me the courage to get up there. And then I went to the schools and the improv schools and the comedy school with Joe Charles and tried to perfect my craft. But the love you get, you could be a dirtbag in real life, and then you get up there and you do well, you are just appreciated, or whatever you're not getting in real life, you can get up there. Plus, it's free therapy. I work out all my problems on stage.
Okay. And how long have you been active in the comedy world?
15 years now. Yeah, 15 years. I watched a lot of great comics go really. Except Brian Simpson just did a Netflix special. That's a good friend I started with. Jimmy O Yang, who's like Crazy Rich Asians. Anything Asian he's doing now. Eric Knowles. But watching these people pop, it's just been amazing.
Okay.
Someday it'll be us, though, boy. Someday it's gonna be us.
So my next question is, so when you started doing comedy, was you into weed, or was you like, how did you get into the weed?
Since the beginning of time.
Yeah. How did you become a weed comic?
So when I started out comedy, I think I was like 35, 30 somewhere in there. And I thought nobody's going to want to see an old white guy up there. There's nothing special about that. I'm just like a cookie cutter. And I worked at the dispensary, and I used to tip them before I was doing comedy with giant buds. I put them in the tip bucket. And then I started doing the podcast for Nug Magazine, all at the same time. And then I was like, call me Medicinal Mike, which was just a dumb thing at the time. I wasn't into education or anything. I was just trying to get comedian stoned. So, but it stuck, and I ended up working that niche when it didn't exist. It was me, Stoner Rob, and Jeff Peterson were like the only cannabis, because you'd lose your job back then. You go out and put your name to weed, you were screwed. You might as well say I'm doing heroin. So we did that. We were hosting the weed shows when they first started out, and just us three separately in our areas kind of niched it, and we did very well financially in some parts in that world. And then now that it's been exploited and legalized, and everyone's forgot about why, we have this plant and all the great things it's doing, and cancer and epilepsies. But now it's just who could do the biggest dab and who has big titties, and completely exploited to forget the education.
Now, how cool are you with those other two comedy weed people?
Man, we've known each other for so long. We've been ups and downs, and me and Jeff Peterson used to try to kill each other. But always as comics. Like he made a character in his comic book that was like evil Medicinal Mike, the weed raper, or whatever it was. And then I was making flyers of him as a transgender comic who wants to change into a man, as if to say he was already a woman. So, but I mean, we did this back and forth for years, and then finally one day I was like, man, I'm 47. He's like, I'm 51 or whatever. And I'm like, can we stop now? Because we were great friends before. And then me and Stoner Rob have always been competitive, because it's 52 weeks a year and only so many weed shows in there. If you're not calling him, you're going to call me. But we have super respect for each other, man. It's been a long road, and we've had a lot of police involved. It's not like regular comedy. We can almost go to jail a lot, over and over and over and over, while this stuff became legal. So it's like now, traveling all over the world together.
Now, to have a weed name, that means that every time they see you, you gotta have weed on deck. Yeah. Now, do you have weed all the time when people see you? Do you always got weed?
I'm bountiful. And I still try to balance that in the Congress world, but it's like, hey, y'all voted for it. It's very legal. But yeah, I don't go out empty-handed. I never go out empty-handed. You can't. If I do, it's a bad day, you know. And people are like, "Hey, bro, are you okay? Is something wrong? You ain't got nothing? Oh, here, let me bless you."
Oh, okay. All right.
But it's
Well,
embarrassing to go out with nothing. It's hell embarrassing.
yeah, because I don't know about Stone and Rob, but I know Jeffrey goes out a lot without weed. Sometimes he don't never.
Yeah.
It's like how the fuck can you be a 420 comic, bro? You ain't never got no fucking weed.
Yeah.
You know
Well, he was always the guy that never had any weed, though. He's more of like the hippie generation. Of stuff. It's weird how we're all three have very distinct personalities, and it's a completely different show. Between me and Rob worked together. Me and Jeff used to work together in the beginning before we had issues that we have healed from. But me and Rob worked together. I mean, we were Abbott Costello, so where he was just extra recreational, I was more educational. But we both kept that comedy going to play it back. Like, man, that should have been a sitcom. We do
right.
things, man. Things. I'll tell you after I'm done with politics. Things.
So how did you? So all right. So you're a comedian. You're a weed guy. How did you get into politics? Because I know politicians. Now they do drugs, but they don't usually do weed. They do all the uppers like cocaine, crack.
Yeah, you know, who would have thought I would be like the cleanest of the crew? You know, the one that has the least to worry about in my background. And I'm like, all I did was smoke weed. I go and we videotaped it. You're welcome to see it. But we were fighting for something back then. It wasn't exploited like it is now, and just everybody smoking for fun. We had a purpose. We were out with signs and smoking at the government buildings, and you know, that was our fight. You know, throughout the early 2000s and late 90s. But
so what? Yeah. So what year did you get into politics?
That was probably 2.5, 3, and I've always been in politics. It just hasn't been national politics. It was just kids, veterans, and prisoners that are being held when they shouldn't be. But when I started digging down in Vegas, I had my buddy Chili's was the bassist, I believe, for Sublime. And he and another friend who I found out like everybody was in politics except for me, it turns out. Everybody in the cannabis industry. So he's saying, hey, you should run for office. You have a nice following. You speak from a good word. You're that guy. You're a leader. So my other friend did, like at the same time, just so many people said the same thing. I felt like this is the universe speaking. So I went and educated myself and applied and said, this is where I fit best. And that's to be a voice for my people. And I went out and did it, you know, and I worked hard. We were knocking on doors. I had billboards everywhere. And I came in after Mark Robertson. He was the one who won the primaries. I tried to help him after he defeated me horribly. Now they realize that you need somebody young, and if you're going to try to get the inner city, you can't send the rich old white Henderson people out there. You need to send somebody from the inner city.
So you're running for Congress in Nevada,
U.S. Congress in Nevada. So you have your local, and then you have your federal. So, but yeah, U.S. Congress.
All right, U.S. Congress. All right, so is that like under the governor or mayor or something like that?
It's under, so you have the president, the vice president, your senators, and then your Congress, or at the House of Representatives. There's 432, I believe. And you vote to get bills up to the Senate to get them through as law.
Okay. All right. So, yeah,
it's not as fun as like the Hemp Fest.
So you got any medicinal shows coming up? Anything special?
Yeah. 419. I'm one of the co-hosts over at Kush Stock. It's going to be out in Los Angeles this year. They've done it in Adelanto in Victorville for the last 8 years. Every 6 months or so, they get about 40,000 people there, and ring out and do wrestle sesh, and work with some professional wrestlers, and we have cannabis themed matches. Nothing educational about that. I give 2 wrestlers a blunt, and then I say the pin don't count till the blunt's gone. So then they fight, and then I pin them, and the ref goes, "You gotta have a blunt. You gotta get up and smoke and keep fighting." And then we do lumberjack match where if you get knocked out of the ring, you gotta do a dab to get back.
Yeah, I want to watch that wrestling match.
Oh, dude, it's a blast. I've been doing that for like 8 years now, and I've taken the show all over, like to the Midwest and back. And it's fun. It's a specialty show. Like it's, you only see them once in a blue moon. So
Right.
like a cop fight a crip, or a giant chicken fighting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Whatever silliness I can get.
All right. Well, my next question is I see you already got the banner up behind you, but one of my questions is, how do you feel about Trump? So I'm gonna ask you anyway. But
I was the hardest convert over to the Trump family because I'm a comic. I've performed. I used to make fun of Trump and get paid very well to do it. And then as I'm running, I literally had to, like, he would speak and I would have to pause it and then Google whatever he's saying because it would sound all funny and backwards and sideways, and then look up the facts. And by doing that and not using Comedy Central for my news, which that's all my news came from Jon Stewart, and whoever. I learned to love this man's work, regardless of what somebody might think about, saying he grabs a pussy, it's just his work speaks for itself. Just in the second term, he's already found 40,000 kids and got them out of the sex traffic. Like, bam, right there should just be enough. The guy's amazing. So, but he is removing illegal immigrants like that were just, I don't know if you know or not, but in just the last couple of years, we've had over 10 times influx of legal immigrants flooding in over, all wearing Biden shirts and all kinds of craziness. And our crime rate has shot through the roof because of it. And he has overnight eradicated that issue, and my daughter's Mexican. My family, we're a very ethnic family, but anybody who was illegal came over here legally and worked their ass off to get here. And nobody I know appreciates anybody exploiting that, especially if it comes to harming the people that are residents here.
So you're all for all of his executive orders? Like he has one, like he wants to ban all transgender motherfuckers from sports. Do you feel that's cool, or are you against that?
I do, but at the same time, if women that are trying to become men want to play hockey, but when a man who is genetically stronger, like even at the smallest man, is usually stronger than one of the biggest women, except for the extreme cases. And I've met, including Riley, who lost in the swimming championship because a man who transitioned became a female swimmer and slaughtered their records, like was breaking Olympic records on the first day for women's swimming. But as a man, was like ranked 78th out of 100, like a mediocre person. But I don't think at any point that anybody who was born a man should be competing in women's sports. But if born women want to compete in men's sports, hell yeah, let them do it. Let's make a whole league out of it.
Okay.
Strong lesbians.
Okay, so you're with this politics. You know what I'm saying? You love the man. He's a good guy. All I ever hear is bad shit, but I don't really.
He's extreme, but the world needs it. It's gone so sideways, man. Our generation is like the last generation of soldiers, like just out of the street soldiers, where your dad said, "Don't come home if you get your ass kicked out there." Like just badasses, and that shit is so far backwards gone. Where my son's math teacher is trying to discuss whether he should be Susan or Daniel that day, but my kid can't spell transsexual. The world is so ass backwards. You need an extreme shift.
Yeah. Now you know what? Now what I do like about Trump is that he doesn't give a shit about no other Republican, what any other Republican says. If he feels like he should do something, then he's just gonna fucking do it. He ain't gonna ask nobody no questions.
That's the difference between a city politician and an elite politician. when you grow up in the city atmosphere, you got street smarts, and you're not trying to please the next guy. In fact, you're trying to take and dominate the next guy, because it's big fish eat little fish. So we're getting a lot of that in politics right now. I love that Elon Musk is out there just killing on it right now, killing on it. Reclaimed like $14 billion already that they were spending on, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck.
Now, I do approve of a lot of shit that he's doing, but I don't approve when he's trying to fuck with Medicare and stamp and food stamps and shit like that. Because
He's not trying to. And what do you mean by fuck with it? What does that mean to you?
Well,
You think he's trying to take it away from you?
Yeah, take it away.
I'll do it like this. I went to the Dollar General the other day, and the guy outside tried to sell me food stamps because he had $5,600 in food stamps. So what he's trying to do is get rid of that. He ain't trying to take it away. He's trying to give it to the people that need it, to families, to children. But there's a lot of people that are taking advantage of the system, and like any business, it's causing a huge financial leak. How much COVID dollars do you know? I know homies that got over $100,000 in 15 different names during all that stimulus pay. Like the stimulus, everybody I knew had a rig on that. But that stuff has to. I mean, it's good for us, but we're not thinking about our kids, man. And we're gonna screw it up with being so greedy for all this extra, so we can go on Amazon and buy better PlayStations. That we're really gonna screw it up for our kids, or at least. And if you don't got kids, then look for a favorite niece or nephew or something. But you're screwing up, not you personally, but the people taking advantage, are screwing up the fucking world.
Now I'm for that now, because you know what? I can't stand a female who has a lot of kids and then can just get on welfare and then just get get a 15 fucking bedroom crib, only pay $2 a month. I hate that shit.
If she got 15 kids, let her have. Who cares if we don't like her personality? But if you got 15 kids and you're a single mom, put her in the penthouse. You got 15 people she got to send out in the world. What do you want? You want some ghetto thug trailer children who ain't got no government assistance at all, so they go out just beating and raping the world? Or like give them a class of living? Don't hate. Have 15 kids. That could be yours too. But having no kids and saying you have 15 kids and collecting that money is what's wrong. And there's extremes in every situation, but for the most part, the people that don't have, that need it, could have more if the people that had it but were still taking it were pulled out of that. It's called draining the swamp.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
So somebody today said Trump's trying to take away Social Security. And I said, no. Trump is trying to take away that people are getting taxed on Social Security, that you're buying into Social Security when there's nothing coming back already, and fix it. It just depends on where you're getting your news from, and you have to look it up for yourself. Like, don't believe any news station on any side or whatever fence. They're all bullshit on all of them. Look it up yourself. Take the 10 minutes. It's something that's going to affect your whole life. Take the time to look, and vote. Get out there and freaking vote on it. It takes 10 minutes, and that one person, if you go, you got to know that 5,000 other people would go that probably wouldn't have went.
All right, so we're gonna play this little game that I like to play. It's called Pick One. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you just tell me which one you like. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be about a lot of different crazy shit, but you just pick one and let's just move on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready.
All right. So the first one is macaroni and cheese or collard greens.
Macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. All right. Apple pie or pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin. Dave Chappelle or Robin Williams?
Damn. That's a good one. Shit, I'd have to say Dave Chappelle, but Robin Williams for his time. But Dave Chappelle keeps killing it. When Robin Williams killed himself. He was my hero. Rob Williams is why I got into comedy, but Dave Chappelle is just a whole nother beast.
All right.
You gotta explain that one too. Like that one could bite me in the ass in 10 years and shit. I might meet Dave Chappelle and he'd be like, I saw you on that fucking old TV show and you didn't have my back. I explained it, Dave. I explained it.
All right, so the next one would be George Carlin or Richard Pryor.
That's two different beasts. For educational comedy, Carlin, but Pryor for breaking boundaries, you know, like and breaking walls and being it has to be Pryor.
Okay.
Carlin woke people up, but man, Pryor just kicked, you know, he kicked the wall in. He did the impossible. Carlin didn't do the impossible. Pryor did the impossible.
Okay.
That's a good
Trump
one.
or Bush?
Trump.
Obama.
I already know the answer to that, though.
I know. But you know, it's one of the questions. Obama or Bill Clinton?
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I said Bill Clinton too because he did, because you know he got head in the White House. I mean,
Yeah,
I haven't heard of any other
Obama
president.
was a great pretender. Obama said a lot of things, like he made you think he was doing one thing, but he was a mastermind of corruption. Whereas Bill Clinton, I feel like he gave it his best shot and did his best and had fun while he was doing it.
Yes, I can agree with that. Facebook or
Clinton was
Instagram?
a people's president.
So wait, say that. What's that?
Facebook or Instagram?
I was trying to get in down here.
I said Bill Clinton was a people's president.
Yes, 100%. And then Obama was like a corporate elitist president. Instagram. Facebook is for crying to your mom and putting up suicide notes, and Instagram is for showing off and marketing.
Okay, because Facebook is for crying and putting up suicide notes and showing off shit.
I'm gonna do it this time.
All right, indica or sativa?
Indica. Sativa would be tripping. Like sometimes you smoke sativa and you're like, I'm not high. And they're like, that's what it was supposed to do. And I'm like, nah, I want my money back. Indica, you know you smoked it. It's a foot on your face.
Hey, no, I will be right back.
Yeah. The thing about sativa is I had smoked some Jack Herer one day, and then I went on stage. And because sativa is a head high, that shit opened up my mind to all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I was telling you get real creative.
I was telling rape jokes and dick jokes and suicide, and I don't even tell shit like that. But it had opened up my mind to a whole
like tapped into the universe.
Tapped into the fucking universe. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what am I saying? All right, I gotta lay off this weed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like sativa because I didn't get hungry. And I think that's like the best part of the indica lifestyle that I like. I just like when I get the munchies. I didn't get no munchies when I smoked no sativa, and I was kind of pissed. So
it's more of a daytime. I tell you, indica, think stuck in the couch, and sativa, sunshine.
Yeah, but see, I'm an indica functioner. I can smoke a lot of indica and still walk around. Like, you know what I'm saying? I won't get sleepy until I sit down and relax. Then I'll start getting fucking sleepy and pass the fuck out.
Then the day's that's that 3 o'clock nap.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon nap. I got a couple more. Toyota or Cadillac?
Cadillac.
Yeah, a lot of people did pick Cadillac over Toyota. And one more. Brady Bunch or the Partridge Family?
Man, that's funny. I was just talking about that with my wife last night. The Partridge Family really sang their music. The Brady Bunch faked it. So we got to say the Partridge Family.
Yeah, because you know
Brady
that
Bunch was
little.
lip syncing.
Yeah, because the Partridge. Yeah, you know they had a couple singers in the Partridge Family. You know what I'm saying? That little.
Danny Bonaducci was in there, man. Partridge Family. Both sets, everybody was banging everybody. So it's like trauma. At least the Partridge Family have real talent. That's like the Monkees or the Beatles. Both were #1 hits, but the Beatles actually sang their music, where the Monkees were just created for the television show.
All right, and the last one, Michael Jackson or Prince?
My wife back there. Man. Now see, but man, that's a hard one. It's a whole different thing. I would have to say for swag, Prince, but Michael Jackson was your childhood all the way. You grew up with Michael Jackson. Prince came in like hey, let me teach you how to be sexy. Where Michael Jackson was trying to heal the world.
Yeah, true that. He was making all the healing songs and What About Us, and you know what I'm saying, We Are the World, and you know, he was speaking on more
Prince
worldly
was like
shit.
Underground, but he was such a talent that he exploded into the mainstream, where Michael Jackson was bred from childhood to be in mainstream media. Like Prince was like cult classic for a while until boom, Purple Rain came out.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on here a couple seconds. I'm about to send somebody else the link so that they can join in too. Because my podcast, I be having all kinds of people joining in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for joining
like
from Cali, from, you know what I'm saying? They come in from all over. All right, actually, I gotta bring somebody else on right now. She's from Coachella Valley, California area. Sometimes she kicks it in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? She's a real good friend of mine. I know her personally. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for Flower from Facebook.
Rah, rah, rah. The crowd roared. Yay.
Yeah, Flower, like you to meet my friend Medicinal Mike. Medicinal Mike.
Medicinal Mike.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice
we're doing an interview right now, so
okay. Handle it.
You know how to, you know what I'm saying, you know how we do on that. So let's get back into talking about politics, because I really do want to be a president. I don't know how old. Yeah, I just said it to you.
35.
I don't know how old you got to be president, 35. But I really don't want to have to jump through the hoops of being in Congress and all the other shit. I just want to go straight to being president. I want to hop into it. You say we got to raise money. Probably gonna have to raise a lot. I mean, you know, I could probably get it for this term because Trump, Obama, Bill Clinton, ain't none of them running. So now we got to pick 2 new people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it might be
a comedy contest when the 2 guys that have been winning for years finally get asked out. Now we got a clear opening.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? It could be the woman or it could be a new person. So I feel that I got 4 years to try to do something to try to be president. You know what I'm saying? I got at least 4 years, you know. So
don't wait for 2029.
That's crazy you said that, because there's a seat open on the media board for the White House media board. And I really was like, oh, that should be I tell the truth. That should be my seat, so I can get the people the correct information. So I think
podcasters too, as well. They made a big announcement about that.
So I think that I might apply. Hey, big dreams, big dreams.
Yeah, that's what.
So,
but then I don't live in Washington. I'm like, the only problem with that is I don't live in Washington. So like, how would I be there?
You
I'm gonna have like the West Coast White House edition. Promise you that. I'm gonna get direct from the White House. We have the West Coast White House edition with Flower from Facebook.
All right, so hold on. I gotta bring somebody else on. This is a real good friend of mine. He's also a local comedian out of Vegas. You know what I'm saying? We all know him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might even know him too, Medicinal. Give it up for comedian Jay Coldwater.
Who's joining us tonight from another dimension?
Yeah. Away from return of white guy. Oh. What you gonna say? Oh, I'm here. Other stuff.
He's like, I'm over here just promoting this show over here. That's what I'm doing. Is that what we doing? Wait, hold on. Is that what we doing tonight?
No, actually,
I'm just playing.
All right, so now that I got everybody over here, let me finish my interview.
Okay.
Let me finish my interview. It's going to be a one-on-one. Not everybody else piling in. One-on-one. So, we were talking about politics before. I think I asked you, how did you become a politician? So, what are you? Are you a second year of a politician, or you know what I'm saying, third year?
Second year of politicianing.
Okay. And how is that going?
Well, nobody wins their first election. It's a rarity. You kind of have to build yourself into the network and just build up those numbers. But I think I'm going to do really well this time.
And now that I know you do it, I'm gonna vote for you.
Like I feel like I'm going to win, but I don't want to jinx it.
Well, I'm gonna vote for you.
That I didn't get before.
Well, I'm gonna vote for you because now that I know that you're doing it and said that you're running for Congress, you know what I'm saying? I haven't voted in a while, but I will go out to the polls and I will vote for you.
Be part
I don't vote. You know what I'm saying? If I don't vote for nobody else, I'm gonna vote for you. You know what I'm
I'll give a free joint to everybody that votes for me.
Oh, okay.
It ain't gonna be like some hits. It's not gonna be the high top stuff. We ain't rich like that. But some good hits, some good solid hits.
You gonna give people joints of stress. Take away the stress.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you put it into a good looking joint paper, it don't matter what it is. You're like, yeah, this is
American flag on the outside. Something nice and patriotic.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: since you are a comedian, do you think that comedy can survive the cancel me culture?
See that's coming. That's the Democrat stuff. So that cancel culture is gone, man. Freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. It's in the Constitution.
Well, I mean, you you can say whatever you want, but they don't want you to do whatever you want.
Weird. It's
I know.
You can say whatever you want. I mean, without offending. It's the old school rule. If he's sitting right in front of you, use your P's and Q's. But everybody knows the common sense. It's a common sense line you can't cross. But you got the freedom of speech is in full force back.
So you're trying to say cancel? You're trying to say the cancel me culture that was all Democrats?
Yep, we could call gays gay again.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, I love that.
And shit could just be gay. It don't even have to be homosexual. It could just be gay. Like that's some gay shit. Like we could do that again.
Oh, we can. Oh, okay. Well, I feel like I can get back on stage then.
Right. There's no more crybaby. All the crybabies like that. That's exactly what we just voted out of office. No more crybabies.
Yeah. All right. So you think that we can survive? Well, you said the cancel culture is Democrats. So I mean, why would you?
Comics become successful because they know how to tiptoe over that line. So you can't jump all the way over it, because then you'll get blacklisted out. But if you know how to stick your toe over, like any good great comic, like Richard Pryor, for example, he knew exactly how far he could push that line without going over it. And cancel culture is like you have to say what the audience wants you to say, as opposed to them listening to the comic say what he wants to say. Like, oh, you can't make fun of Down syndrome or something. Like, no, we can. It's common sense to know that I'm not talking about anybody in your family or anybody there.
You can totally make fun of Down syndrome. Just saying.
One.
All right. Well. All right. So, cancel me culture was Democrats. You know,
you can Google that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I never thought about it that way.
Nobody uses they anymore. They is no longer a pronoun. I'm a they. That's done.
Well, my pronouns is him, her, and this nigga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still not allowed to say that over here. That's still on the cancel list. Something never changed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys don't use that word. I mean, Bane might use it, but you know what I'm saying? I feel that anybody can say the word. I mean, it's you know what I'm saying, the word nigga, anybody can say it.
It's the intent and how you can own it. If it's your first day saying the word, don't try. You're too late to the game.
You know what I'm saying? But no. All right, so look.
When it was cool for everybody, then it became not cool, and then it could be cool again, but you can't start out. There's no starting crew.
All right, so listen to my explanation. Coming from a black man, I feel that anybody can say it because it depends on how you use the word. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you use it to where you're offending somebody. Like if my buddy James over here.
Say, hey, this word is in the dictionary. Just say it just like that. Career over.
Case in point. When we was playing GTA that one time. You remember the time I'm talking about?
Cosplay character.
So I got a few white friends that say the word nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they say it to me, but see, they're not saying it. They're not saying it in a derogatory way. They might be like, "Yo, man, you see them niggas over there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do see them niggas over there." You know what I'm saying? That's just using it in proper context. But if you be like, "Nigga, I do not like your bitch ass," then you're using the word derogatory.
Then you're being an asshole.
But if you put the R on it, like your grandparents used to do.
Oh yeah. If you put the ER on it, then yeah, you're being very disrespectful.
You put the ER on that bitch, you got problems. You got bigger problems than just saying that.
I'm saying, yeah. So I don't care when somebody uses it. It's just the way you use it. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? It might be, you know what I'm saying? Jay might feel like that. I might have 30 other people, but then they'd be like, well, you know what?
I find in this day and age, there's plenty of other words to use if you're not of a minority. Like, that, like we can think of something better. You shouldn't even have to use words that might piss somebody off and trigger them from fucking 20 years of repressed anger that they've been holding on to.
Yeah.
My brother. My man.
Like one day I was on stage. One day I was on stage and I was in front of a pretty much predominantly white crowd. And there was a couple blacks scattered. And I was like, now listen, black people, we're about to try something. So do not get mad at the white people for saying it. But if you catch somebody dropping the ER, then you can just have to fuck them up. But we're gonna practice saying the word nigga. And somebody did. And you know what? I got the whole crowd to say it though. It did not know, and nobody dropped the ER. And I gave them free reign. But when I get off stage, you can't use it no more.
That's a good question. How far? What's the radius on the black card? Like, okay, if my black friend says I could say it and he's in the room, cool. But you just showed that you could flex it to a whole audience to make it okay for an entire auditorium of white people to say the N-word without race cut. Like, how far does that power go? Can you go city blocks, miles?
You gotta take the power away from the word.
Well,
It's
Well, in
situational,
reality,
if we're being honest.
see, in reality, since I am black, you know what I'm saying, so
Mhm.
I can speak on it. You know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
saying.
So when I say that I can give it to just this audience and here, you can say it in front of me, then that's what I mean. You can say it in front of me. But when I leave and I get off stage and another nigga get up here, you can't say it to that motherfucker because he might not be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? This nigga funny too. You know what I'm saying? You
What
can't.
about, does that take it away from, like, let's say there's other black men sitting in the audience, they have to accept that you just gave the power for that time limit while they in front of you to all the white people in the crowd? Like, okay, we all unanimously, Doughboy going up for this if somebody fucks it up.
Yes,
Put
yes,
yourself on the line.
because we made the announcement first. When I said, "Hey, black people, I'm about to allow the white people to say a word. As long as they don't put the ER on it, they can say this word." And so once I made that announcement, then they know that, okay, well, he said it's okay, and so long as he said it's okay, I'm gonna just let it slide. Even though I don't like it, I'm gonna just let it slide because this nigga just said okay. So then
Hey, if I
it's
hadn't
okay.
had Bane, if you didn't see Bane come in the room at the beginning of this interview, it would be a whole different perception of me even having this conversation. My best friend black as fuck. Dang, rap.
Let me ask you. How did you meet Bane? How did y'all come together?
Court ordered. No.
Court ordered.
You know, he tried to do comedy. I got him up there. I got him out to the club. He wrote material, and then he ain't gone up yet, but he got close. But he was there. He was ready. He kept like, put me up. Then they put up. He go, I didn't say I want to go up.
So he still hasn't done it yet?
Nah, but he's getting there. He's got the personality.
Oh, you know what? I think that's what he invited me to come out to see him do comedy. I think if I would have came out there,
that's why I said he didn't get up and do it because you didn't show up.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna have to come out there and support my brother. I'm gonna have to come out there and support my brother, man. Let him know it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you know what? For all of us, the first time we ever got up there, like when I first got my first shot at doing comedy, after I got off, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? And we all got a love for it once we try it the first time. And some people, like, you gotta have really thick skin as a comedian, because if you go up there, you might bomb, you might get laughed at, you might get shit thrown at you. You have to take that. You have to take that and just walk with it. You can't get mad at it or nothing. You just have to take it. You know what I'm saying? People gonna talk about you. People gonna treat you like shit. You know what I'm saying? People will do all kinds of shit to you, but you cannot let it affect you.
We are the lowest form of the totem pole entertainment, like, ladder. Like, if you're a shitty first day rapper where you bring your music to the show on a CD instead of an MP3 to get played, they still get more respect than, like, the best comic. Like, we're still just under that in the respect we get. Like, even if you're headlining a show, they're just like, oh, cool. But if you're like a musician and you play even just a little bit of guitar, you're a god, girl. Oh my God, look who just came in the room. You'll never get that as a comic. Unless you're Dave Chappelle.
So how do you feel? So how do you feel about the comics that actually use the guitar in their fucking shit? They sing songs, they do.
Man, that's a cheat code. I'm a hater because I can't do it. You know, like, if I could do it, I would do it because it just makes it. It puts a rhythm behind it, but it's a cheat code. It's a total cheat. I think in comedy contests they shouldn't be allowed.
Oh yeah. You should have come up here with straight jokes.
Musicians against musicians. Let singing comics go against singing comics.
Yeah, you know what? I thought about buying a guitar. I thought about buying a guitar and just take it with me to comedy shows. I don't know how to play. I'm not gonna play it. I'll just get up there for show, because if you got a guitar, you can get ass.
Math book in high school. No.
You know what you can do?
Females
I was gonna
love
say, you know what you could do that. I was going to say something really interactive that you could do is you could invite somebody from the audience to come up and play the guitar alongside with you. Then you're interactive with the audience.
Now, what I thought about doing, Medicinal, tell me if you think this is a good idea. I was thinking about going up to do comedy, and I'm going to have backup dancers and a hype man while I do comedy. So while I'm doing my comedy, I got 2 chicks dancing in the background, and then I got a hype man. Every time I say something, he emphasizes, "Oh shit, he said titties."
Yeah, that would kill it. Your own Little Wayne.
Yeah,
that would kill it like one time. Like you couldn't continue doing that for a whole year at every open mic, but you could hit a couple shows like in a tour, like and do it through one season of a tour. Unless it became your thing, then you could do it every show.
Yeah,
I gotta get out of here. It's been a whole ass hour.
Oh yeah. I was about to say.
How long is your show on? You just stay?
My show, I end in 30 minutes. Well, actually like 24 minutes. I ended an hour and a half, but we only do the interview for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So yeah, the interview's over. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to thank you.
That was an abrupt ending. He was like, the interview's over. I've been fired from jobs nicer than
that. Yeah, I'm not professional, so yeah, I kind of end it whenever the hell I feel like it. No, but no, that was the ending.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys being on here and taking the time to listen to some political shit. I know it could be like boring or like some people just don't tune into it, but it's a lot of shit going on that you could either help or hurt.
No, I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a good chance to get to know you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel we're just like close to friends and shit. Yeah, but
well, let's line the show up.
Yeah, thanks for joining today. Tonight rather. You know what I'm saying? Taking the time out, let me interview you. Trying to get my interviews up. Trying to become a famous interviewer, so I can just be interviewing anybody. But
it's a numbers game.
Yeah. After I do about 50 or 60 fucking interviews, I can just go out and interview people on the streets.
My book is called Weedicate, A Guide to Cannabis Etiquette. It's on Amazon. So it's free on Kindle. You can just read it. And then the one I'm writing now is We the People, and it's about getting non-voters and youth voters to vote again and what we need to do.
Hey, can you send me that information? Because that goes alongside one of the programs that I'm implementing into the programs here in our Salvation Army.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we're doing we're doing like a young voters program, and we're gonna do like a Dress for Success program.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, just send your email through the chain here, and I'll send you a copy.
Great, thank you.
All right, well,
more Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that do sound pretty good.
I'm smelling it. I'm like getting little nibbles over here, but I'm like, man, I'm starving.
I can do tacos. I can do tacos tomorrow.
All right, man. Well, peace out, bro, man. Enjoy your night. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you guys. I appreciate you
for showing up. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I see you on the comedy circuit.
All right, man. I'll see you soon. Let's get a show together.
All right, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. All right. And there you have it. That was my comedian friend, Medicinal Mike, aka Michael Boris. He's Michael Boris when he's running for Congress.
Vote for that.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Well, if you live in Nevada, you can vote for him. But you know, when he's doing comedy, he's Medicinal Mike. You know what I'm saying? He smokes a lot of marijuana. He does a lot of kush stocks and all that shit. I used to work with Medicinal Mike back in the day. We had a couple of shows and shit like that. You know, we smoked weed with each other because you know we just got along, and you know we just chilled. You know, have fun doing comedy. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying that lifestyle. And you know, comedy is a pretty fun lifestyle, man. Especially when you can do it and you can get paid for it. Now, when you start getting paid for it, and you start living off comedy, that's when it becomes the best. But when you gotta have a fucking job and you do comedy, that's like it's just shitty. It's just shitty, and it's like you really don't want to do comedy, but you do, but you don't, but you know what I'm saying? But when you can work by doing comedy and live off comedy, like pay your bills off comedy, take vacations on comedy, you know what I'm saying? Pay your car note off comedy. When you start getting like that, that's even fun. That's
when you know you've made it.
Yeah, and then you can almost say you made it when you have a positive comedy gigs. When you know what I'm saying, when you're traveling all over the world doing comedy, so you're paying bills and shit. I mean, if you're making more than you're spending when you're traveling, like if you're just traveling, you just making even. You ain't doing good on the business side.
You're doing okay. You're doing okay. Yep.
But you are doing good on the comedy side because you got exposure and all this other shit. But you know what I'm saying, if you didn't rock every stage that you got on, then that exposure, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't really matter about your exposure, because if you didn't rock that, if you didn't make 2 or 3 motherfuckers in the audience be like, yo, I should book you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If niggas don't come up to you after the show, be like, yo, man, I'm throwing this little shindig in Texas, man. We want to know if you want to get on. Yeah, they're not doing that to you after your show. Yeah, you suck. That's just bottom line. You suck ass. You know what I'm saying? You might as well move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? But if you start getting, like, when you do comedy and then you get offers when you do comedy, then that means you're doing something good. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be just like any motherfucking comedian and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
I gotta get some food. I'll be right back.
Yep. Like, I used to get paid off comedy. You know what I'm saying? I was actually living off comedy and rap because I was touring and I was doing comedy. And so I was kind of like living off of it. Not a lot. I wasn't living off of it to where, you know what I'm saying, I paid everything off comedy, but half of the shit I paid off comedy, the other half I paid off doing side gigs, selling weed or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was very lucrative in that too. So, you know what I'm saying? That was over. I don't sell weed now. I sold weed back. I can talk about back in the day when I used to sell weed back in 2015. Let me give a year so we'll know. 2015, I used to sell a lot of weed and I was touring. So, you know, I was living off weed money and tour money. Like my mama, like, yeah, she was living fat. Yeah, she was living good off tour money. I just gave her my mama my credit card, and I just said, here, you just hold it. You know what I'm saying? But then I had to take it back when she bought that $600 blender. I was like, oh, hold on. Man, she bought a $600 blender. And I don't know what this blender did that was special from all other blenders, but I think she just paid because the name. For the fucking name, she paid $600 for a fucking blender. Because it blended the same way. It probably had 64 fucking speeds. I don't know if the average blender got 64 speeds, but you know what I'm saying? It whips and dips and clips and clips and yips and all kinds of other, you know what I'm saying? It even baked the fucking cake for you. It cracked the egg for you. You know what I'm saying?
It did all that?
No. I'm saying it should have did that. It should have baked.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like it should have.
It should. I should have just sat all the ingredients next to the blender, and then the blender reached out and grabbed everything and then made it.
Yeah, you turn around 3 times the cake.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But $600, and when I came to the crib, that was the first thing I noticed in her kitchen. I was walking through the kitchen, and I was looking, and I was like, "Damn, this is a nice ass blender."
It should have been the first thing you saw.
And I didn't see my statement enough that I just, you know what I'm saying, I was just like, "Oh, that's a nice ass blender," and she's like, "Yeah, I just bought that." She like, "Ain't it nice?" So I paid $600 for it. I'm like, $600? I like, damn, you spent your money. She was like, "Well, I mean, I used your credit card though." I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute, you spent $600 of my money on a fucking blender?" And so when I went home, I checked my statement, and sure enough, $600. Actually, it was $601.52.
And said $601
for blender. I forgot the name of it, but it was just a blender. And I was like, I wonder if I can send this bitch back. But I told her, I was like, you know what? I was like, Mama, you know what, Mama? You know what I'm saying? Because when she had said $600, I left her house. I hopped the fucking gate, nigga, and went to my car and drove to my house to look at my statement. And when I seen that $600 back, I rolled a blunt and I drove back to my mama's house. And I hopped the gate and I started talking to her. I was like, well, you know what? This was your birthday, Christmas, Valentine's. This is your whole fucking year present.
Whatever presents you got coming.
I like, you should not ask me for nothing else this rest of this year. I was like, shit. I'm like, man. I'm like, it's a good thing I'm making money. You know what I'm saying? Because I was making about $3,000 a month between weed, touring, comedy, and other things. I was making about $3,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? I was making good money, so the $600 really didn't matter. Because I used to pay my rent every 2 weeks. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then after a while, they were like, hey, man, hold on, man. You can't pay your rent up so fucking far. It's like, you already up 6 months. I'm like, oh, my bad. I just paid every time I had the bread. They're like, yeah, we understand that, but you can't pay it. And they were like, what do you do again? I'm like, I do comedy. I tour. Like, I told you that when I moved here. You know what I'm saying? I told you I did comedy. I said, you got a famous nigga living in your complex. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I told all the people that lived around me, I told them, I said, listen, I'm gonna have parties because I got a lot of famous friends, got a lot of celebrities I know, so I'm gonna have parties. So if anytime I'm ever loud, just let me know and I'll calm it down. Or I'll have to stop the party. But nobody ever came. They used to come over and shit, chill with me. I had fucking visitors coming from all, you know, to see who's in there and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got to see Spice One, Bushwick, Eddie, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of other niggas. And it's like, you know, they just got to see. They didn't get to speak. They get to see. You're a stranger. You can't come up on my crib. But, you know, yeah. So, I mean, so pre-COVID, getting paid for comedy is a beautiful thing. Now, after COVID, comedy, just, it's the same, but it ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, niggas ain't really getting booked. I mean,
feels about a lot of shit different.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is.
You want to roll some of that cheddar cheese?
Yeah.
It's right there. It's right there. I've been rolling, so I like that.
I can imagine if my mother would have bought a $600 blender with my money.
Yeah, how would you feel?
I know I'd be pretty mad, but I know what my mama would do. Like, she would get it, bust it out the box, and immediately cook something with it.
Oh yeah, my mama was with it. She was baking all kinds of shit.
Yeah, like immediately would have cooked something. Not because she wanted to try it out and like that, or she thought it was, you know, now she could really get her cook on. Nope. Just so when I say, oh, mama, that just got to go back. I can't take it back. I've already cooked with it. What?
Yeah, mama.
Shit, it came yesterday.
Yeah. My mother, she got cooked with that blender about 12 motherfucking times before I came to see her.
Yeah, so if you try to take it back, she's like, you can't take it back.
Yeah, when I said, man, we gonna take this back. She's like, well, you could, but I've already used it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna take it back anyway. I'm gonna send it back anyway. I don't give a fuck what you
might give me something back.
I'm gonna get $100 back in this bitch. But you know what? What's so funny is, so she paid $600 for it, but when I sold it, I only sold it for $200. Oh yeah, because when she passed away, my mother did not set any contingency plans for when she passed. She didn't set shit. She didn't even let me know she was gonna die. She just died. You know what I'm saying? And I was stuck with all her shit in her house. I was stuck with shit in the storage. I was just stuck with shit. I was like, oh my God. So I don't even know what the fuck to do with all this shit. I tried to get her, I tried to give her body to science, but they were like, she was too big. I'm like, who gives a fuck if she too big, nigga? We just donating the fucking body. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they said she was too big. So I just got it cremated and just did it like that. But I had a whole fucking 3-bedroom worth of shit to just get rid of. And let's see, I cleaned out the apartment, I put it all in the storage, and I sold it all from the storage. But I cleaned out the apartment. I didn't take the medical bed. I probably could have got a lot of money for the medical bed, but I wasn't trying to carry that bitch. And we didn't have no movers. It's just me and probably you and probably a couple other homies and shit. Yeah. So I didn't really have a lot of movers. I wasn't trying to pay nobody a lot of bread. So I moved the shit, but I left that motherfucking bed there. But then the property manager of her place, they were like trying to get me to live there. You know what I'm saying? Because I told her, because she owed rent. Like she didn't pay her rent because she had passed. And I told her, I like, man, she dead, so she can't pay her rent. They were like, well, you can stay there. You know what I'm saying? We'll just change all the shit into your name. You know what I'm saying? You can just stay there and just keep paying. But I was like, nigga, I'm not about to pay $1,100 for no motherfucking 1-bedroom apartment, nigga. And I don't even got no motherfucking washing machine in this bitch. No, I'm good.
Want to wash this out right now?
Hell no. And so he was real shitty. You know what I'm saying? He was real disrespectful towards my moms and all that shit. So since he was shitty, what I did was I was shitty too, because I took a shit in that motherfucking house right in the corner of the motherfucking bedroom. I took a nice little shit too, nice juicy, watery one. Yes, I did. I took a shit in the motherfucking crib, right on the floor, not in the bathroom, but in the bedroom. I took that motherfucker right in that motherfucking closet.
I would eat or something.
Yeah, and no. Listen, I took a shit in the closet in the bedroom, and then I pissed in the living room corner, and I pissed again in the other side of the corner. I just kept, you know what I'm saying? I didn't use the bathroom. I stayed there until I got all her shit out. But since the nigga was being, dirty and nasty, you know what I'm saying, and talking about my mama, you know what I'm saying, doing an asshole, dude. Like I just told you, she passed, bro. You ain't got to be an asshole. So when he showed his asshole ways, I showed mine too, because I pissed and shitted in a lot of corners in that motherfucker. I left the bed in that bitch. She had some spoiled milk in her refrigerator. I took that out and I poured that in the middle of the living room floor. I poured all that. I threw the eggs on the floor. I fucked the house up pretty bad. Who the fuck are they gonna sue? They can't sue me, nigga. You don't even know me. You can't sue my mama because you passed away. So when I did that, then I hopped the gate. I went and I sat in my car. My car was parked across the street from the place. And I waited there until they came. You know what I'm saying? They was coming that day. And so when they came, I sat outside and I watched them. I watched them as they went in there, and I seen the dude came out stumping, pissed off, he was on his phone. He's like, what the fuck? I heard he like, what the fuck? He's like, what the fuck is this shit? Because when I did all that shit, I had left it in the middle of the living room for like a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I left the shit there, so it spoiled, it rotted the shit. You know what I'm saying? The feces, all that shit here. You know what I'm saying? All that different shit, you know what I'm saying? Got on everything and it's just stinking. Was just stinking. I know that motherfucking house stank. And I closed the doors and I turned off the motherfucking power. I shut all the power off. It didn't get shit. It was just cold, and I know that, and I closed it up, and I know it stank in that bitch. And I didn't give a fuck. That nigga didn't have, he shouldn't have been talking shit about my mom. So I fucked his life up. I made him spend a lot more money than what he was gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? I tore the cabinet doors off and shit. I fucked it up. I fucked that bitch up. I made sure that he had to dig deep in his pockets to fix this shit. No, you're gonna have to fix.
Never underestimate the spitefulness of a mama's boy.
Yeah. You talk shit about my mama? Oh, okay. All right. I see how you is. I can't really do nothing to you, but I can hurt them pockets. I can hurt them fucking pockets though. I hurt them pockets. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I took a shit in that fucking closet, boy. I sealed that motherfucker up. I know he went I know he went back there. He was like, this nigga just shit it in the motherfucking closet, motherfucker. So I'm saying he had to. I'm pretty sure he had to dig up all of the carpet. He had to dig up all that fucking carpet, all the way down to the fucking wood. When I dumped that milk, that was some soggy ass clumpy shit too. I just poured it all over the living room floor. I just walked around in a circle until the gallon ran out. Then when I pissed in the corners, then that really set it off, because that piss, that urine, that stinks. That gets that fucks it up. I pissed in the kitchen, I pissed in the sink, and I didn't even turn the water on. I just pissed in the sink, pissed in the garbage. I dumped the stagnated pipe. I put a broken piece of glass in the garbage disposal.
Oh man!
So when they turn that on, that's gonna chop that bitch up. Fuck that all up. And oh yeah, and I fucked up the toilet. I took a mean ass shit in the bath in that motherfucker. I stopped up the toilet, then it overflowed, and I just let it overflow. I didn't give a fuck. I just let it overflow.
I just stuffed some fish in the vents.
Nigga, from the shit, the piss, and the spoiled milk. Yeah, that's
think about it. Think about it. The smell of bad fish, you will never get that out if it's in the ventilation system. Ever. That will stick around for eons.
I know that for the next department.
Like cat piss.
Yeah, I know that.
One time, they had fucked over my friend. They was moving out their place, and they had just kept fucking with him. My friend left a cat all up in the fucking place. That cat had just shitted and pissed through the whole motherfucking place. They had to rip up the whole cat thing, redo all that, the paint. Like it was so. It was gross.
I'm pretty sure I cost that nigga a good little $15,000, because I fucked up a lot of shit. I fucked up the oven. I'm saying I fucked up electrical shit. Like I really fucked up some shit to where he had to go and spend some money. Like, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't sue nobody. He couldn't sue nobody because she was dead and he didn't know me. So who is he gonna sue? Who is he gonna call the cops on? You know what I'm saying? Who's he gonna report this to? Well, damn, she died, and whoever the fuck moved her out, they fucked the place up. Yeah, I did. I fucked it up real bad. I should have set the bitch on fire, but it's connected to another apartment. I didn't want to burn them up. So you're lucky I didn't set that bitch on fire. I had an upstairs neighbor and a nigga to the side. Lucky I didn't burn that bitch down. But I just did, certain things to it. I knew it was gonna cost them money. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was gonna cost him bread when he went to go get it fixed. And I know the three dudes that went over there, they pulled up in Beamers and all this shit, nigga. I was like, these rich ass niggas. I like, they got money. That nigga came out the apartment stumping, talking about, I can't believe this bullshit. Whoever the fuck was living in this motherfucker fucked this place up. Yep, I sure did. And as soon as he said that, then I pulled off. And I did my job.
Task failed successfully.
I used to flip houses with my uncles. And we get like an emergency phone call like 6 o'clock. He gets an emergency phone call at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's calling me at 7. We gotta go see about this property. Somebody had a nice house, big fucking house, big ass plot of land, way out Blue Diamond and shit. We get out there, whoever they had living in the place. First thing I noticed is that they bust all the windows out. There was the fucking big ass bay windows that come out like this. Yeah, they knocked all that shit out. All that shit knocked out, all the windows and shit. The fucking front door was glass gone, all the way around. Then you get inside, these motherfuckers have fucking pulled all the piping out. Then somehow they took the stove out, flipped the stove upside down, and then put the stove back. And hooked it up too, by the way. It's hooked up, but it's upside down, like literally upside down. They took the doors off the refrigerator, but left it plugged up. And then there was just fucking feces everywhere. Fucking somebody climbed in there and graffitied their name all over one of the bedrooms and shit. There's condoms all over the fucking place. Oh, and there's still furniture that was all mysteriously and terribly smelly wet.
Yeah, I used to flip houses back in Gary.
Dude, that shit was fucking 30 grand. 30 grand for us to fix that shit.
Actually, I was a cleanup crew. I didn't really flip. Well, I was in business with the dude, but I didn't flip. All I did was we was the tear up crew. You know what I'm saying? We come in there, fuck it all up. You know what I'm saying? Tear up everything, clean it all out, make it spotless so that the other people come in and start doing their job. The plumber, the carpenter, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. And you know what I'm saying? I used to do that shit back in Gary. It didn't pay that much, but it was just something to do. I mean, because when you live in Gary, you gotta have something to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're doing something, you all right.
And they sneaked the hose all the way. They had a hose connected to the fucking spigot, and they ran it all the way up to the top window, and then had it in the window closed, so stay in there. And the hose had been on for like 3 weeks.
So all that water
and shit, and then the dude just happened to turn the water off, turn all of the stuff off. Until we got to we were going to flip the house anyway. I go to the house, I say, yo, they done bust all the windows out this bitch. Brother said, no, they didn't. I said, bro, after they bust that fucking that big ass front window out, nigga, all these glasses gone. I don't believe that. Don't tell me you do. Don't tell me you gonna break one window, but you ain't gonna break them all. No,
nigga, you ever went into a house and found a dead body?
When I was a kid.
I'm gonna tell you, well, he was actually my father's friend, but he was also my friend too. And we went over his house, you know what I'm saying? We had just talked to him, you know what I'm saying? And so we had went over his house, but we had waited like 3 or 4 days, you know what I'm saying, to go over his house. So we went over his house because we were supposed to take this nigga to the hospital to his appointment. We get to this house, we knock on his door, you know what I'm saying, and his front door was open. So we went in, we called him, we called his name, nothing. Went upstairs to his bedroom, and here this nigga is laying there, butt ass naked, dead. He had been dead for about 4 or 5 fucking days. His body was cold, stinking. And then nigga was this butt ass nigga in the fucking bed with the controller in his hand, watching TV. And the TV was on, and this nigga laying there butt ass naked. And I was like, Dad, he's probably watching the porno. He's probably beating off. As soon as he got his last nut, he died.
That post nut clarity is a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know what else to really say. But yeah, we called the police. You know what I'm saying? The coroner came through and, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. But I was like, damn, this nigga died. He ain't got no next to kin. What we gonna do with all this shit in this house? So, you know, it was a lot of equipment, like far as like painting equipment, electrical equipment, tools. We took all that shit. Yeah, we took it while the cops were there. We were taking shit while the cops were there. We was like, no, we told him that we were his, you know what I'm saying, I was his nephew, and that, you know what I'm saying, that was his brother. So, you know what I'm saying, we lied to him right there. We told him, you know what I'm saying, we just removing his shit. You know what I'm saying?
About actual family.
Huh?
Does this thing have actual family?
No, he was so old where all his family was dead. He was on his way out too. And he probably died. He died. His autopsy said he died from lack of medication. So he didn't take his medication for like 2-3 weeks. So yeah, he was bound to go. He was gonna die. He was gonna die any minute. So I guess he died right after he got that last nut.
Slow way.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
dying on Tuesday.
So yeah, we removed all his shit in his house that same day while the cops was there. We like, yeah, this brother, I'm his nephew. We just cleaned out his crib because I'm saying he dead. So what the fuck? He can't use it. Cops was like, yeah. Even the police took some shit.
Mind if I take this satchel over here?
Yeah, they were like, shit. We might. The motherfucker, one Gary cop, he was like, yo, man, you mind we take this? Take these 2 left? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, bro. You can have these shit. I took that nigga. I took his pistols. I eventually sold those in the street. I sold them to my homie Ron. That nigga buys everything for me that's illegal. That happened like 2013. So 2010 is where the homie died. Yeah, but I found my uncle. We were supposed to be going somewhere in Chicago, but this is I was a teenager. And my uncle lived in Chicago on the south side, high rises. And we went over there because he was supposed to be meeting us for this picnic, but he ain't been answering the phone. But he was. Now listen, little backdrop, he was gay. He was a fag. You know what I'm saying? So I remember one day he asked me, I want some to drink, and I knew he was gay. He was like, "You want some to drink?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to drink out shit. I didn't want to drink out no glass because I didn't know if you can drink out of another gay nigga cup, would you become gay because you drinking off his germs or something. So I didn't want to become nothing like him. So I didn't want to drink off no cups of a gay. So I just say that bullshit again. So I thought that you can become gay if you drink out of another gay nigga's cup. Like if you use their dishes, like you use their gay ass forks, their gay ass
I didn't
knives.
think you heard that, James. Because your reaction didn't match my reaction when he said, I was like, wait, what?
So you know what I'm saying? I thought I was a teenager, so that's how I thought you could be gay. I didn't know you could be gay from a nigga busting you in your ass. I didn't know that. I was kind of dumb to a lot of shit.
Like a virus.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. I didn't want. Gayness was a virus or some shit. I didn't want to catch that shit. When I went over that nigga house, I would always cover up my nose. You know what I'm saying? I had went to a party. Nigga, listen, this is how I found out he was gay. So I'm a teenager, and I went over his house, and you know what I'm saying. This is when he stayed in the Loop in Chicago. He had a nice little apartment. You know what I'm saying? Nice little spacious little crib. I went over his house. And he was having a party. And he was having a party that day. And so, you know what I'm saying? I was kicking it over there. I was just waiting for the people to show up and shit, because he had a party. And he invited me to it. You know what I'm saying? And so when I came, I was sitting on the couch and shit. And so, first off, 10 dudes showed up. No bitches. And then another person showed up, but he had a couple bitches with him. And I was like, oh, okay, so they got bitches. But then the other two, the 10 niggas that showed up, they was on the other side of the room. And they were getting kind of touchy-feely, you know what I'm saying? I was like, nigga. And so I hollered at my uncle. I like, yo, uncle, it's some other niggas in there, some bilingual niggas in there touching on each other, nigga. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? He was like, well, that's okay. He's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a gay party. And I was like, a gay party? I was like a faggot party? He was like, yeah. He was like, nephew, I'm gay. I'm like, you are?
No.
I was like, so do you take dick or do you give dick? He was like, no. He's like, no, I take dick. He's like, I take dick a lot and I like it. I was like, well, I gotta go. Because this ain't the type of party for me. I'm not gay though. No, I drove over there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, shit. I was like, yeah, I'm not gay, Unc. I don't even know why the fuck you invited me. He's like, I invited you because I want you to have a good time. I was like, how am I gonna have a good time with 22 niggas and 2 bitches? What kind of fucking good time you gonna have with that? And you know what I'm saying? And then other niggas started coming, blacks, white, Mexican, Asians, and they was all getting a little freaky. It turned into a Diddy party of now. And I was like, nah. This is not the place for me. And so I happily excused myself. When I left out his house and I found out he was gay, I spit the water back in the cup. Because I'm drinking fucking gay water, nigga. This is some bullshit. And then I used the fucking napkin to turn the knob on the door to leave. I didn't want to touch the knob no more. I used the fucking napkin, turned the knob, used the napkin to close the door, and then I left. Then I went home.
This shit I'm out.
So listen, check this out. This is no bullshit. I went home and I took off all my clothes that I had on that day, including the shoes, and I took them outside, put them in the garbage can, and I burnt them bitches.
Damn.
Because I was like, these are gay clothes. I was over a gay man's house. I was sitting on his gay ass couch. Now these are gay fucking clothes, nigga. I can't have no fucking gay clothes. I can't have no gay clothes in there with my straight clothes. That shit gonna You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to fuck up the aurora of the fucking closet, nigga.
I can't have these gay clothes in here with my straight clothes.
Yeah.
Hey, do you hear your friend right now?
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had to, hey. But now that I know how you become gay, I know what gay is now. I'm not like that now, but yeah, back in the day, I was a little bit. I was homophobic. I didn't want no gay nigga talking to me. I mean, cause you know, I'm I mean, now that I think about it, it's kind of funny, but
I'm dead.
but yeah, I didn't allow that, nigga. I didn't. So you know, for a while, I was like, nigga, I'm not gay, so I don't hang out with gay people. Now I know gay people. You know what I'm saying? I got some friends that are gay, but they know how we are, so they don't ever hit me with that, you know, that gay shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't hit me with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They just be cool. When they come around me, they can't be gay. They gotta be straight. Cause I'm a straight man. You gotta be straight when you're around me. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it like this. I don't care if you're gay, just don't try and push that shit on me and we can be friends.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to push that shit on me. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me when I be like, no, I'm not gay. And then you be like, well, how do you know? Motherfucker, because I know, nigga, I like pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, listen. You remember my show?
The Pepsi Challenge, bro.
Remember my show I did on Blog Talk Radio, James?
Mm-hmm.
I had a show that I did one day that was I forgot. I named it Gay versus Straight. Had a couple gay people calling in on the phone and talk to me, and so we on the air. And so this one gay dude, I was like, man, how the fuck do you wake up and just think about dick? Like, man, you a boy. Like, have you ever tried pussy? And he was like, no, he's never tried pussy. And I was like, well, how do you know you don't like it? Like, what you ain't never? What if you dip into something, you might like it. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to be gay no more. You might want to. You might want to get some pussy. You know what I'm saying? What can be so good about another man that makes you feel that way? Like, what makes you want to hug on a fat nigga or a skinny nigga or a nigga with muscles, but the nigga got a dick, just like you got a dick, and you only got an ass. I mean, two things that don't appeal. But a bitch, she got a mouth, she got an ass, she got titties, she got pussy, she got a body. You know what I'm saying? She got all of that. And he was like, and he straight up told me, he was like, well, have you ever woke up and just thought about dick? I was like, no, I never did that. He was like,
right out nasty.
He was like, he knew he was gay when he was 1 year old. And I was like, how the fuck do you know you gay when you only one, nigga? You don't even have a thought process. You don't even start thinking shit till you like 3 or 4. How the fuck you don't know gay shit unless you're taught. Now, I will say that when a kid is coming up, they will perform some type of gay shit. They either start walking like you know what I'm saying. You young, you start walking on your toes and shit like that, like you got on high heels. You gotta tell little boys now, don't walk like that. You gotta walk flat footed. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, let them know that it's not cool to walk like that. But he was like, nigga, he knew he was gay from the age of 1, and he transformed himself to being gay at the age of 5. I was like, nigga, so you was gay at 5?
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I was like,
somebody diddled that boy.
I was like, so wait a minute, you was gay at 5. So how many fucking gay ass 5-year-old boyfriends did you have, nigga? How the fuck did you know another nigga was gay on the fucking playground?
That boy was diddled.
Yeah, he got touched. Yeah, you know what? Usually you become gay when you get touched. When you get touched as a young kid, that's what fucks your psychological thoughts up. Because I got a homegirl who her father did all kinds of despicable shit to her when she was little, and now she grew up and she's gay. She likes women only. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And I Oh, and I did that show, and the gay people they actually called into that shit. I had about 20 fucking callers calling that day off that show, and they all was gay. I didn't had not one straight person call me. I had a lot of. It's like the gays are just waiting for a day and they can just call in, and they got that day. And I talked about 20 of them gay niggas, and they all told me their story of how they became gay, and I was like, wow.
Sure, like cool story, bro. Needs more porn.
That was about. It was a lot of none of them said they were touched. They all just said they were gay at a young ass age. And I was like, they were like, Nick, you can be born gay. I was like, nah, I don't believe that. Do you believe? Do y'all believe that you can be born gay? James,
I can't say no.
Flower, Jay, do y'all believe that you can be born gay?
No.
I don't think you can be born gay.
No, it's a choice. It's a conscious choice you make.
But I also don't think it's a conscious choice either. I think it's more of a developmental thing. You know what I'm saying? Like remember being a kid and it was like
developmental circumstances does play a part in it, but it's still a choice.
You know what I'm saying? Tambourine player, motherfucking shit. That kid. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna justify right or wrong and all that shit like that. If he's not directed in any other way, he's going to go ahead and move forward into that that mindset. That's just my own thought. I don't know if it's necessarily being born that way, but at the same time, I do think it's developed skill. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
My uncle.
I don't think you just wake up one day and be like, you know what? I'm gonna start fucking.
My uncle became gay because he got jumped by a bunch of gay thugs. They raped him.
Ooh.
So after he got raped by Dick, he just started liking it. I'm like, damn, so when you get a dick in your ass the first time, you just gonna automatically just start like, oh, I just want a dick in my ass all the time. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got raped. They raped him. They all fucked him. And then my grandpa, he went out, he killed 2 of them, and he injured the fuck. I mean, he badly injured the last one. That nigga should have been dead, but he went to jail for. He only went to jail for a couple of days after they found out why he killed him, because they raped his son. I mean, it's fuck. Anybody don't do something off that. So when he killed, his son got raped. And how I heard the story, my grandfather went out the next day, went to the central town they was in, confronted all 3 of them. They tried to get beefy with my grandfather, and my grandfather killed 2. He snapped 2 necks and fucked up the last. He broke all the nigga limbs. He broke his arms, his legs, and he broke his neck.
I really thought you was gonna say he shot him. I was really.
Oh no! My grandfather was a hand-to-hand combat nigga.
That nigga had.
Yeah, he was in the Marines. So
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he snapped 2 necks and he broke all the limbs. He even cracked the other nigga's neck to where it paralyzed him for the rest of his life. That's why I said he just killed that nigga. But he paralyzed the one and he killed. And he said he only would have paralyzed all 3 of them, but the first 2 of them pulled out knives and they tried to stab him, so he broke their ass off. He said it was only. He said it was only a 30-second fight for the 2 niggas. For the first 2 niggas, it was only 30 seconds. He snapped both of their necks within the blink of an eye. Like, he was a killer in the Marine Corps. He killed a lot of people in the Marine Corps. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the Marine Corps does. It teaches you how to unalive people.
Yeah. So he killed. So he had a lot of bodies. He had a lot of bodies underneath his belt as a Marine. But when he came out the Corps, he didn't kill nobody. So them 2 niggas. So they raped his son. Yeah, plus 2 more, and he paralyzed 1 of them. So yeah, he fucked them up. He did.
There are a lot of tales of Marines from the past just being one-man armies.
Oh yeah. That one cop in California, that nigga killed a bunch of people, and they ended up shooting that nigga. He was a Marine. I mean, he went on a cop killing spree. He shot his 2 partners. Then he found another cop car that had 2 more niggas, and he killed them niggas. That nigga started killing cops, and he was a cop himself. He started killing Bill Gates. He's like, fuck this. I'm not gonna wait for it to kill me.
I don't know.
All right, here we go. Dan Daly. Dan Daly from way back in the early 1900s. He was the one that coined the phrase, "Do you want to live forever?" Because he, by himself, with one machine gun, faced a small army of like 400 fucking Asians over in the Pacific Theater. While his platoon was trying to make it back to him, he was holding his ground, protecting innocent civilians from these motherfucking kung fu masters or some shit. His squad heard the gunfire all the way across the city, just constant. Eventually, just before dawn, the gunfire stopped. They thought the worst had happened. You know, they overran him, they killed him. They finally get back to where he was. He's sitting there smoking a fucking corncob pipe. Like, the fuck took y'all so long? Just piles
we got 10 minutes left in the show. I actually went 2 hours today.
Yeah, you did.
I know. I just went fucking just do 2 hours, but yeah, we got 10 minutes left. Let's just do shout outs right now so we can at least have that out the way. Flower, you got any shout outs?
Yes, I want to give a very special shout out. It is where are we at in the timeline? It's Sunday, so happy Father's Day out there to all the fathers. And it's my birthday week, so like it's starting tomorrow. Tomorrow marks my birthday week. Yay. It's all good. No, I'm about to get on the road, so safe travels and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Shout out to all y'all for having me on the show.
James.
Shout out to you, though, as always. Jay, Flower, shout out to y'all as well. Shout out to Mr. Michael Boris, Medicinal Mike and everything, for being on the show. And shout out to Swisher and Marijuana because, well, we all know they go together so well.
Oh, okay. You got any shout outs, Jay?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to James. Shout out to you, Flower. Shout out to Maddie, Medicinal Mike, for joining us. Shout out to cute little ugly bitches everywhere and niggas that we fuck with.
Okay. I want to say on my shout out to the panel today. James Vadera, J. Coldwater, Flower Facebook. Also, shout out to Medi Mike, aka Michael Boris, for joining us on the show. I got the interview with this brother. Well, not this brother, but he is a brother, but not a brother. But yeah, he's a brother. Shout out to him. Shout out to my homie Bane. Hopefully, I get him on here soon. And shout out to everybody else in the world. Hopefully, I'm gonna be able to get at least 50 or 60 interviews in. Once I get 50 or 60 interviews in, then I'm gonna hit the streets with the interviews, and I'm gonna start interviewing bums, homeless. Well, homeless niggas is bum. No, actually, a bum and a homeless nigga is two different things. I mean, you can be a bum but have a crib. You can be homeless but not have a house. So I'm gonna start interviewing, random people on the streets, bring it back, chop it up, put it on the YouTube. We had a very glorious show. We talked about a lot of different shit. The song I'm gonna play for tonight is one of the panel's favorites. It's one of all of our favorites. It is Alphabetical Arsenal by Verbal Skills. You know what I'm saying? It is a fan favorite. And yeah. So peace out, man. Thank y'all for coming through. Get into this song. When the song go off, I'm off. But y'all have a blessed night. Safe travels to you, Flower. And yeah. Peace out. Alphabetical Arsenal, Verbal Skills, only on Doe TV.
Yeah, a little creativity and skill. Something these niggas like nowadays. Check it out. I got that alphabetic, poetical language, arts flow. While y'all pass is trash and far from pro. But if you wanna learn this craft, bring all your folks to English class 101. Let's start this show. I got that alphabetic, poetical language, arts flow. While y'all pass is trash and far from pro. But if you wanna learn this craft, bring all your folks to English class 101. Let's start this show. The gun ball god verb with his predicate pistols, grammar grenades, and mental missiles dead in your issue. Verbal clip on my hip when in bed with a chick too. In case she rhyme coming, I'm ready to spit too. Grammatical Ginsu, sharp as a pencil. A metaphoric machete that's ready for big dudes. Constantly keep a deuce in my big shoes. On the prowl with two vowels vicious as pit bulls. Hollow tip homonyms that'll rip through a bulletproof vest. Flesh into the gristle, into the bloodstream, infecting tissue. My alphabetical arsenal is now official. I got that alphabetic, poetical language, arts flow. While y'all pass is trash and far from pro. But if you wanna learn this craft, bring all your folks to English class 101. Let's start this show. I got that alphabetic, poetical language, arts flow. While y'all pass is trash and far from pro. But if you wanna learn this craft, bring all your folks to English class 101. Let's start this show. I got a chrome-plated cadence with a rubber grip handle, shooting similes at speeds that'll leave you dismantled. Bars as bombs blowing. Any hint of a scandal, lynching his run on sentences that ramble. Yo, in conjunction, this nigga's dumping. The punctuation you facin's the exclamation is coming, period. Cause it's nothing to kick something. Oppose my flow, better dash, get the running. Hold up, comma, pause your click. Cause y'all ain't fit to spit or brawl with this. But if y'all insist, then kick your tunes. Cause paragraph paramedics, they'll fix your wounds. As I rival typos, X and goons. As next to flex get stretched and sent to doom. It's like the Matrix, I'm a sentinel, the judge and jury that came to sentence you. I got that alphabetic, poetical language, arts flow. While y'all pass is trash and far from pro. But if you wanna learn this craft, bring all your folks to English class 101. Let's start this show. I got that alphabetic, poetical language, arts flow. While y'all pass is trash and far from pro. But if you wanna learn this craft, bring all your folks to English class 101. Let's start this show. I got that alphabetic, poetical language, arts flow. While y'all pass is trash and far from pro. But if you wanna learn this craft, bring all your folks to English class 101. Let's start this show. I got that alphabetic, poetical language, arts flow. While y'all pass is trash and far from pro. But if you wanna learn this craft, bring all your folks to English class 101. Let's start this show.